Hello YouTube, I'm Tim, and welcome to part 2 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for November 2018. And it's going to be all DVDs this time. In part 3, I should have more Blu-rays coming. But for this time around, it's all DVDs. So, first up, I have some early African-American cinema. One that I wanted to get was the Alpha Video title, but African-American horror sci-fi thriller from 1940 called Son of Ingagi. Well, I got it from a third-party seller, and the version they had is History and Heritage Film Collection Volume 2, which is a 2-disc set of African-American movies from the 30s and 40s. Now, on the second disc, it has Son of Ingagi, which I watched it, and it's a pretty decent print, but Echo Bridge used to be Platinum Disc, so they keep watermarking the film with the old Platinum Disc Corporation logo on the Son of Ingagi, which is, it's a videotape source print, but it was watchable enough, but it's a little bit dark. The film elements were tape sourced and were just a little bit dark, but it was watchable. And it looked like it was sourced from a film print that was a bit damaged, missing bits of footage. And I had seen it before, so just seemed to be little bits of it I didn't remember seeing before. But it's kind of cool. I got this for $5.98 from a third-party seller. I got 7 other movies with it, which I didn't really need, but The Son of Ingagi was a decent videotape sourced film print. But it would have been nice if they had the actual Alpha Video version where I would have gotten it just by itself. The next 2 films I got were Alpha Video release titles, and one's about it's an African-American horror drama about voodoo somewhere in Louisiana. It stars Laura Bowman, who was later in Son of Ingagi. She played like a mad scientist doctor in Son of Ingagi. And in this one, she plays like a voodoo priestess. In this film's She-Devil, it's also known as She-Devil, Drums O' Voodoo, The Devil, and it's also called Louisiana. And as a bonus, it has Woman's a Fool from 1947. A short subject captures on film an all-black musical review at the Rose Room in Dallas, Texas. It was banned by the Kansas Board of Review for obscene jokes, a striptease, indecent dancing, and scantily clothed girls. And She-Devil's black and white, and from 1934, 70 minutes. At least 70 minutes. Big cast of colored stars. Well, they mean black people. But I'll read the back of this case. It says, Thomas Catt, the owner of a Louisiana nightclub, wants sexy young Myrtle Williams to work for him as an escort girl. Her uncle, preacher Amos Berry, wants to save the poor girl from a life of sin, but is helpless to act. Years ago, Amos served time in jail for murder. Thomas is the only one who knows the preacher's past and threatens to expose the truth if Amos tries to interfere with his plans for Myrtle. In desperation, Amos turns to Aunt Hagar, an old voodoo priestess who lives in on the outskirts of town, she invokes a ritual to bring forth vengeance on Thomas. But the devil she unleashes will not be satisfied with the soul of just one man. Considered the earliest all-black horror movie by historians, She-Devil is based on a stage play called Louisiana that ran on Broadway, produced by the Negro Theater Guild and written by J. Augustus Smith, making it also the first film based on the work of an African-American playwright. It was performed only 8 times, as audiences found the subject matter objectionable. Laura Bowman, Morris McKinney, and Edna Barr, A.B. de Coma Thierry, and Arthur Smith all reprised their roles from the stage version. Director Arthur Horrell also scripted the cult favorite Reefer Madness from 1936, and the first big-screen live-action adaptation of Superman in 1948. And I already read that the alternate titles for She-Devil include Drums O' Voodoo and Simply the Devil. It's also called Louisiana, since that was the name of the stage play. So Laura Bowman in She-Devil from 1934. And she's also in Son of Ingagi, which is in this Echo Bridge History and Heritage Film Collection Volume 2, so read the back of that for Son of Ingagi. Son of Ingagi. In the sci-fi thriller, a newlywed couple is visited by a strange old woman who harbors a shocking secret about the young girl's father. Starring Spencer Williams. It's from 1940, 62 minutes, black and white, not rated, but there's violence, but it's pretty... Violence is pretty tame. Compared to today, you see very little of it. So, one more African-American horror. The Love Wanga. It says adults only. Dramatic dynamite for adults only. The Love Wanga. In Haiti, plantation owner Claylee E. Gordon is spurred by her white lover because of her race. Hungry for vengeance, the bitter woman conducts a voodoo ritual that raises the recently dead from their graves. But much to Claylee's horror, these bloodthirsty zombies will not be satisfied with just one victim. That sounds kind of like She-Devil, how the devil wanted more than just one soul. A shocking film for the post-Hays Code era, The Love Wanga stars gorgeous Fredi Washington, a key figure during the Harlem Renaissance. Fredi is best known for playing the fair-skinned young black woman who tries to pass for white in the classic Imitation of Life from 1934. Hollywood was not kind to her, however, and she left the movies to go back to theater work and activism shortly after completing this film. And as hard as it is to believe, The Love Wanga also features beloved character actor Sheldon Leonard in one of his earliest roles as a black man, though he is most recognizable to audiences today for his memorable part as Nick the Barkeep in It's a Wonderful Life from 1946. Leonard was a groundbreaking producer of hit TV shows such as The Danny Thomas Show, 1953 to 1964, The Andy Griffith Show from 1960 to 1968, Gomer Pyle, USMC, 1964 to 1969, Dick Van Dyke, 1961 to 1966, and I Spy, 1965 to 1968. Lev Wanga stars Freddie Washington and Sheldon Leonard, directed by George Thurwilder. Note, due to the age and rarity of this film, some picture and sound anomalies do exist. It's from 1936, 60 minutes listed runtime. Sometimes these runtimes on these alpha videos, what they have listed isn't correct. It's black and white. And it looks like both Lev Wanga and She-Devil from oldies.com that these are DVD-R, so they're manufactured on demand, but well, it says they're DVD-Rs manufactured and printed in the USA, formatted for worldwide distribution. Meet Clearly, naive, young, and beautiful. Lilith, yielding, and primitive, love-hungry child of the tropics. Strangelove is a queer people, so this one's interracial horror film, so it's just not black, so you get some white people in this as well. But that's it for the African-American horror movies I got. And then just today, I got two Australian DVD imports, and one's the widescreen DVD of the 50s creature feature film from Universal Pictures, Tarantula. It's the first time on DVD in a widescreen format. There's been some Blu-rays overseas that have been widescreen, but this is the first time there's a regular DVD that's in anamorphic widescreen, 16:9, and it's listed being region 4, but I checked the reviews online. It should play as a region 3 disc. It's just an 80-minute 1955 creature feature movie. No extras, but it's the first time out on home video in widescreen. It stars John Agar, Leo G. Carroll, and Mara Corday. And Nestor Pava and Ross Elliott are also in this one. Giant spider strikes crawling terror 100 feet high. More terrifying than any horror known to man comes a creeping, crawling monster whose towering fury no one can escape. Jack Arnold, It Came from Outer Space, and Creature from the Black Lagoon, Atomic Monster classic Tarantula is a cult extravaganza featuring an inspired 1950s style of wild and imaginative science fiction horror. Ambitious Professor Gerald Deemer, Leo G. Carroll, from the film North by Northwest, has developed an astonishing new project, a special growth formula. Testing the formula on his innocent lab tarantula in Arizona, he expects nothing more than it to double in size, but when it somehow escapes into the desert, it grows to gargantuan size and threatens to destroy everything and everyone in its path. Also featuring John Agar from the film Star in the Dust, Mara Corday from the film Man Without a Star, Tarantula is a cracking example of 50s sci-fi horror paranoia and the glorious tradition of the Blob and Them. 80 minutes black and white, 2-point mono English, no subtitles, listed as region 4, but it should be region 3. Aspect ratio 1.77 by 1 and 16:9 widescreen. And then one more, just a 2 DVD set 5 classic films, 3 Crazy Stooges, 3 Stooges movie collection. This have Rocket Will Travel from 1959, and Three Stooges Meet Hercules from 1962, The Three Stooges in Orbit from 1962, The Three Stooges Go Around the World in a Daze from 1963, and The Outlaws is Coming from 1965, and it's listed as being Region 4, and I played one of the discs on my PC, my personal computer disk drive, and it played the disc. It wasn't region locked. If it was region locked, it would tell me it wouldn't be able to play the disc. And there's no subtitles in English mono audio, and it's aspect ratio 1.77 and it's 16:9 widescreen. I mainly got this for The Three Stooges Meet Hercules, since that's one Three Stooges feature film I've wanted to see for a while. But I watched the start of Have Rocket Will Travel, and the picture quality on that is excellent. So, let me open this. Disc 1 has Have Rocket Will Travel on The Three Stooges Meet Hercules. And then Disc 2, The Three Stooges in Orbit, and Three Stooges Go Around the World in a Daze. And then the last disc just has the film The Outlaws is Coming, where it's an Old West Western comedy. And these are the ones where it's Larry, Moe, and Curly Joe. Not Curly and not Shemp, but Curly Joe, who was just a copy, just a cheap copy of the original Curly. But that's another one I got from Umbrella Entertainment in Australia. Got it in the mail today. Was hoping it would only take 5 to 10 days. And I got a little bit of a $5 discount in Australian dollars. They had to convert American cash to Australian money. So, in American bucks, it was $42 and something for both those DVDs. But it's getting to be about 18 minutes, so I will do a recap of everything I've gotten recently. Hello. These were all the standard definition DVDs, no Blu-rays this time, so I got Echo Bridge History and Heritage Film Collection Volume 2, which is all 30s and 40s African American movies, and it has the horror sci-fi thriller Son of Ingagi, which is a little bit better quality than what the Internet Archive has. And then from Alpha Video, and these were all I bought these all off of Amazon, but Son of Ingagi was from a third-party seller, and then from Alpha Video Oldies.com off of Amazon Prime, I got the 1934 African-American horror drama She-Devil, starring Laura Bowman, who was also in Son of Ingagi. And it's got the bonus feature Woman's a Fool from 1947, which is an all-black musical. And She-Devil's an all-black cast horror film. And then I got The Love Wanga, which is an interracial horror film. It's mainly African Americans with one white guy from 1936. And there's no bonus features on that one. So that's all from Amazon. And then from Umbrella Entertainment in Australia, Tarantula, the 1955 American creature feature movie. starring John Agar, Mara Corday, and Leo G. Carroll. It's listed as being a Region 4 locked, but it's region free. And then the Three Stooges movie collection from the 60s. Well, Have Rocket Will Travels from 59, but the other 4 movies are from the 60s. And I watched one on my computer, and it didn't come up as region locked, so these are region free. They should be. I got this mainly for Three Stooges Meet Hercules. So that's it for part 2 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for November 2018, and I have a few Blu-rays coming, hopefully by next week. So keep an eye out for part 3 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for November. So I'm Tim, and thanks for watching. And now it's time to turn off. Turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off. Turn off. Turn off.